I was just laying in bed one day when I got a DM from one of my friends. He asked me if I wanted to join our school SMP, and I'm like the best PvPer at my school, so I had to say yeah. However, at this point I was already about 5 days late to the server, meaning that I was in Prot 1 armor, which is not good to say the least. I needed to grind if I wanted to get any kills in the end fight, because the server is ending in about 3 days, and given my current gear, if I tried to kill anyone, this is what would happen. Like, that's just embarrassing, bro. I'm not trying to get embarrassed like that. Now, to give you some context, this is my teammate, and that's the admin. And pay attention, because he becomes very important later on. I had a 5-person team, which might sound like a lot, but keep in mind, the other team is literally the rest of the server, so it's actually pretty balanced. This is my teammate Big Oreo Crunch. He's one of the worst PvPers on the server, but in terms of grinding, he's one of the top players. This is my teammate Actually Grizz, and honestly, I don't really have anything good to say about him. He's kind of just like a parasite, and a parasite who's not even good at X-raying either. And when I say bad at X-raying, I mean horrible at X-raying. We sent this guy out to get a stack of diamonds, and he got banned twice in the same day. And then, when we finally convinced the admin to give him his stuff back and unban him, he came back with literally 7 diamonds. It took an hour to unban this guy. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying I don't X-ray sometimes, but like, come on. How bad do you have to be for this to happen? Alright, well, moving on. This is my teammate It's Me Lumo. He's the most active out of all of us, and becomes very important later on. This is my teammate Bunky Blaster. Along with being one of the better PvPers on the server, he's the smartest as well. His activeness is questionable, but he's still a valuable asset to the team. Now let me fill you in on what happened on day 1. I just come back from a mining trip in the Nether. Oh yeah, also, if you hear me talking with anyone in the background, I'm just on call with my friends. Oh yes, very shocking, I have friends, yeah. While I was gone, my teammates had set up a villager trading hall, and they were honestly cooking with the base. And where was I during all of this? Yeah. It's safe to say I haven't been the most productive. Anyway, I grinded for a few hours, getting level 30 enchant on almost all of my gear. And then our totally smart admin accused us of cheating when we had ender chests before the end opened. So everyone thought we were cheating for a good 15 minutes. Now here's the rest of the grind. Loki. Bro, this... I also lightly bullied my teammate. I know that. Beg for mercy. Beg for mercy. And just like that, the day was over. Honestly, the things that happened this day were the craziest things that have ever happened to me on a school SMP, so stay tuned. I started the day off by learning that our base got raided, so I TP'd to my teammate, and this is our new base. We were currently gearing up to kill the members of the other team, who were currently at our old base, ransacking it. And I'll just let you watch what happens. And from here, he just starts proing, because he knows he can't beat me in a one-on-one fight. However, I can catch up to him with my lunge 3 spear. And here he tries to dig down, but it's pretty funny because he's glowing, and he just blocked it off with wool. He tries to run, but his spear only has lunge 2, a fatal mistake. I can't accept something on that. I can't accept something on that. And at this point, he knows he's dead. So, he tries to lava himself to burn his loot, but he's kind of dumb, because he walked out of the lava. And this meant that his maxed netherite gear now belonged to me. I'm still in combat. I'm gonna just grab his gear. Also, keep in mind that he had 32 gaps and didn't use a single one of them during our fight. After this, we basically just split up the loot and went to our base. And when we got back, my teammate said he had to show me something. He began leading me to a remote house in the back of the village. So I started wondering, was this a trap? Was there a stash? There could be anything. I never know. Don't mind my little x-ray check under the house. Then he starts taking off his armor, one by one. Like, chill, I'm not gay. And then he drops me his gear. I pick it up, and when I hover over it, all types of protection are on the armor. This made me think, was my teammate a cheater? An admin abuser? Or something else I didn't even know about? Bro, what? How did you get this? To say the least, I was confused. Before I went about assuming anything about him, I decided to ask him where he got it. He told me that he traded with the admins for it. Basically, he just dropped a ton of OP loot to the admins, and the admins just responded by giving him OP armor. I tried not to think too much about this as I went back to grinding. I think I'm starting to grind for a mace, and starting an ominous trial. Before long, I already had an ominous trial key. All I had to do now was open vaults and hope for the best. But then on the third try, this happened. I now had a mace, Minecraft's strongest weapon. I then decided to grind for a Windburst book, but was unsuccessful, so I decided to call it a day and head back to base. And when I got back on a couple hours later, things would take a turn for the worst. So basically what had happened was, we were trying to troll by jumping the admin because he was finally in survival mode. So, I was just sitting here about to crit him out with Strength Pot and my hotbar. So, when I started critting him out, it was just a joke. But then everyone started critting him out, so I just went back in the corner to pot strength. Shortly after this, we killed one of the other team, and then our focus went right back to critting him out. Here he said in chat, I can one-tap you guys stop, but since he nicknamed himself Poseidon, we had no idea that was him. Also, by the way, Poseidon is not a tough nickname. And after a couple seconds, that was it. We got one-tapped. Both me and my teammate It's Me Lumo got our loot stolen by Super Squash on the other team. And here you can even see he logged out after taking all of our gear. I reacquired all of my armor, but my armor wasn't important. It was my teammates that was. You know, my teammates' illegal armor. Since he was long gone and logged off, there was nothing I could really do about it, except trying to make the best out of a bad situation. I was currently mining around in the walls, formulating a hiding spot, because I knew one of his teammates was going to come down this hall and try to jump us. And I didn't have to wait long at all before, little do you know, his teammate comes prancing along around the corner. And the fight that follows genuinely has to be the easiest fight I've ever had in my life. I mean, like, he was spam clicking. It can't get much easier. Now that we are fully re-geared, we could focus on the day ahead of us. And from there, it kind of all went downhill. The admin started raining TNT on us, which he claimed did no damage, which is obviously not true. Like, I don't know what they're on about. And I'm pretty sure at this point, the admin's just trying to troll, so they spawned in a sharpness 255 diamond sword, and at this point, the server was cooked. Everyone quit. Every single person. I didn't find out about this until 2 days after, and they already made a new server. So you know I had to go back for round 2. So basically what I did on the first day was just bully the admin for 10 minutes straight. But then a ton of stuff happened that you didn't really need to hear about, so let me sum it up for you. So here we have my first team. Perfect. But then I decided to betray them. And then I decided to join a different team. So we're chill. And then this guy, this random odd guy, starts annoying me. So I kill him a couple times. And then I go back to my team. And I'm bored, so I betrayed them. And now I go back to my original team. I was gonna betray them, but then the server died, so I couldn't. But then everyone left again. Sad times for me. I didn't even do anything like betray anyone. Right, guys? Since both servers died so quickly, we had to get the end fight over with. So, here it is.
I bet.
Yo, who's hitting me?
Bro, I still have a maze, bro. Just like,
We go in.
Are we going then?
Oh, he said yes. Go in.
Yo, it's lagging.
how can I not
the
kill
portal? Yo, I'm so lagging.
I'll kill you again.
Where are you? Yo, you have strength, bro. Hey, chill. I said
chill. So, already?
Yo, he's hitting me.
Oh, banger. Hey, come back here, baby.
What?
I think. Wait.
Who brought that?
Who's amazing?
Yo, chill. Yo, wait, who did that?
Yo.
Oh, get this stupid enderman.
Wait, why am I low-key about to die though? Whoa,
Wait,
Why
how
you
much
gonna
is the
die
electric
to Edward,
Chat, how
Why
much?
did you see the damn portal?
I know. Okay, of course, bro. Of course, Enderman, bro.
Why did you
Yeah,
have so long, bro?
I don't know how to get back to the portal.
Did you not set your spawn?
No, I tried asking for beds and Daniel denied my
Help.
Yo, you're hitting the wrong person.
Help.
Yo.
I'm not even joking. Help, no!
Aw, dang it.
Nice.
Yo.
Yo, Loki, I got this.
Whoa, 1v1. Me and X-Chan 1v1, bro.
Yo.
Okay, I won't touch your teammate. Just
I have a
go
bow with
tickle
no
someone else, bro.
Yo.
Why do I never get this, bro?
I have a chance.
Literally, X-Chan, he has no. Well, he has
let's
the only
go.
thing he has.
Yo, he's the
He
water.
has his aura, bro. The only thing he has is aura. Like,
I'm sitting inside.
I haven't had a
Tree.
single kill, bro.
no. Yo, they're coming after me, sad help.
Oh crap.
I'm stuck inside.
At this point,
a tree.
I had killed every single one of them,
Brother.
except one.
Who broke the bed? Bro, like, you're not getting stabbed. Oh. Such a. I bet. I got some extra wood.
I can't hit. Bro, I'm lagging
What
so hard.
type of...
How do you have golden apples, bro?
It's like grinding for them.
Sure.
You did not. Okay, bro.
I'm in the middle of Minecraft though, Mom. No, you could.
How does this
I
fit
could
a-
have grapes. I could have grapes.
Here he was, the last player, right in front of me. Only one player stood between me and victory.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know nothing. No. Oh, you wanna go? I'll go. Hey, I'll go.
Hey, kill this kid, bro. Kill this kid. Kill this kid.
I killed this kid.
Kill this.
Yeah, that's basically how I felt at that time. But it's not all bad. I mean, I got you guys to watch till the end of the video, right? Anyway, bye.